Chapter 1: The Girl in the Sun. It all started on a radiant spring morning in Whistler, a quaint village nestled in the mountains of British Columbia, Canada. Outside a charming café, under the vast blue sky, a young man named Liam O'Connell soaked in the warm sun. He had just finished his breakfast and was lingering over his coffee, feeling perfectly content. "More coffee?" a friendly waiter asked, approaching his table. "Yes, that'd be great," Liam replied, handing over his cup. The waiter's eyes fell on the professional camera resting on the table. "On vacation, are you? Where from?" "San Francisco," Liam said with a smile. "But I'm not on vacation. I'm working. I'm a travel writer, currently working on a book about the great mountains of North America. I've captured some incredible shots of Whistler Mountain." Both men glanced up at the majestic peak, glowing in the morning light. "So you travel a lot?" the waiter inquired. "Constantly," Liam confirmed. "I write books and articles for travel magazines. I cover everything: countries, cities, rivers, mountains, and the people I meet along the way." The waiter's gaze shifted to a point across the street. "See that girl over there? I think she knows you." Liam turned to look. A strikingly pretty woman, around 25, was standing across the street. "No, I don't recognize her." "Well, she seems to know you," the waiter said with a knowing smile. "She's been watching you very intently." He wished Liam a good day and returned inside the cafe. Liam watched the girl. She glanced at him, then quickly looked away, pretending to be interested in a shop window, before her eyes darted back to him. "She looks worried," Liam thought. "Is she waiting for someone?" Suddenly, her expression changed. A bright smile lit up her face, and she crossed the street, walking directly to his table. "Hi, I'm Jenna," she said as she sat down, placing her half-open bag on the table. "Do you remember me? We met at a party in New York." "I'm Liam," he replied, smiling back. "But I don't think we've met. I rarely go to parties, and I haven't been to New York in years." "Oh," she said, but made no move to leave. "Stay, have some coffee," Liam offered. Her story was clearly a fabrication, but it was a beautiful morning, and she was captivating. She laughed. "Okay, maybe it was Boston, and yes, I'd love some coffee." Once the coffee arrived, Liam asked, "What brings you to Whistler? Do you live here?" "Oh no," she said, "I'm just passing through." "I'm a travel writer," Liam shared, "working on a book about famous mountains." "How interesting," she replied, though her worried expression betrayed a lack of genuine interest. Her eyes kept scanning the street. Just then, a tall, thin man of about 60 with very short white hair crossed the road. The girl watched him nervously. "Are you expecting someone?" Liam asked. "No," she answered quickly. "So, where are you headed next, Liam?" "Vancouver, for a few days. I'm leaving later this morning." Liam's eyes caught a glimpse inside her open bag. He couldn't help but see a few words, including Vancouver, and a line that read, "Meet at the Grand Pacific Hotel, Victoria, Vancouver Island on Friday afternoon." So, she was going to Vancouver too. "Do you like movies?" she asked abruptly. "Movies? Yes, I love them. Why?" "I know a man who adores movies," she said slowly. "People call him Mr. Hollywood." She smiled at Liam. "Can I call you Mr. Hollywood too?" Liam chuckled. "Sure, and what should I call you?" "Call me Mystery Girl," she said with another enchanting smile. Just then, the man with the white hair entered the cafe and sat at a nearby table. He didn't look at them, simply ordered breakfast and began reading a magazine. Jenna watched him for a moment before quickly looking away. "Do you know him?" Liam asked. "No," she said, finishing her coffee in a hurry. "I have to go." As Liam stood up, she suddenly cupped his face in her hands and gave him a brief, surprising kiss. "Drive carefully, Mr. Hollywood. Goodbye," she said, flashing a brilliant smile before turning and walking swiftly toward a large hotel down the street. Liam sat back down, completely baffled. What was that all about? The man with the white hair watched Liam for a few minutes. After Liam paid, he gathered his things and walked toward his car, which was parked just outside the same hotel Jenna had entered. A moment later, the man with the white hair followed him. From a high window in the hotel, Jenna looked down, a faint smile on her lips as she watched Liam get into his blue car, with the man in a red car starting to follow him from across the street. Chapter 2: A Push in the Dark. That evening, in his Vancouver hotel room, Liam couldn't get the girl from the café out of his head. Why had she approached him with a fake story? What was she so worried about? And the kiss, it was nice, but it made no sense. Maybe she just liked my smile, he mused. I'll never see her again, so it doesn't matter. Forget it. He went down to the hotel restaurant, but it was full. He decided to walk to Gastown and found a cozy place there. After dinner, he wandered through the bustling streets of Gastown and Chinatown. It was nearly dark, the city alive with cars and people. Eventually, he started back toward his hotel. At a busy intersection, he stood with a small crowd waiting to cross. A tall woman in a blue dress smiled. "It's the first warm evening of spring," she remarked. "Yeah, it's great," Liam agreed. Suddenly, a forceful hand shoved him from behind. He stumbled forward, falling into the street directly in the path of an oncoming green car. People screamed. The car screeched to a halt, its bumper just inches from his head. The woman in the blue dress rushed to help him up. "Are you okay? What happened?" The driver of the green car was shouting, but Liam didn't hear him. "Somebody pushed me," he told the woman. "I didn't just fall." Liam scanned the faces in the crowd, but they were all strangers. Then he saw him, a tall, thin man with very short white hair, walking quickly away, not looking back. "Hey, you, wait," Liam shouted, but the man disappeared into the throng of people. "Did he push you?" the woman asked. "I don't know, but I recognize that hair. Where have I seen him before?" Back in his hotel, Liam sat on the edge of his bed, his heart still pounding. "It was an accident," he tried to convince himself. "Nobody wants to kill me. There must be hundreds of men in Vancouver with white hair." He couldn't sleep. He tried to work on his book, but his mind was elsewhere. He picked up one of the magazines left in the room and idly flipped through it. Then he froze. A photo stared back at him. It was her, Jenna, the mystery girl from the café. She was standing next to a man in his 50s in the garden of a lavish home. The caption read, "Canadian tycoon Harrison Hayes and his daughter Megan at their home in Toronto." Megan Hayes, not Jenna, the daughter of a millionaire. Why did she lie to me? He wondered. Daughters of tycoons don't just sit down with strangers and kiss them goodbye. What did she want? He thought back to the cafe, to the girl at his table, and then he remembered. He remembered the man sitting nearby, a tall, thin man about 60 years old with very short white hair. Liam didn't sleep much that night. Chapter 3: A Walk in the Park. The next day, Thursday, Liam tried to focus on his writing but couldn't. That afternoon, he drove to Stanley Park, hoping to clear his head with a walk among the giant trees. The woods were quiet, almost empty. He thought about Megan Hayes and the man with the white hair. He remembered her parting words. "Drive carefully, Mr. Hollywood." Why did she call him that? None of it added up. Suddenly, a sharp crack echoed through the trees. A gunshot, he realized. A second shot followed, and a piece of bark splintered from the tree just above his head. "Somebody's shooting at me." Panic seized him. He turned and ran, hearing someone crashing through the underbrush behind him. He sprinted deeper into the shadowy woods, his only thought to get back to his car, to find people, to call the police. After a few minutes of frantic running, he stopped to listen. Silence. He cautiously made his way back toward the parking lot, scanning his surroundings, his senses on high alert. Soon, he saw other people, families with children, boys playing with a soccer ball. He started to feel safer. No one would try to shoot him here. When he reached his car, he found a note tucked under the windshield wiper. It read, "I'm going to kill you, Mr. Hollywood." Liam drove straight to the nearest police station. After a long wait, a tired-looking officer listened to his story, writing it all down. "So, what are you going to do?" Liam asked. "Nothing," the officer replied bluntly. "Nothing?" Liam was incredulous. "Someone shot at me." "Mr. O'Connell," the officer said wearily, "you didn't see the person. You don't know if it was a man or a woman, old or young. And this note, who is Mr. Hollywood? Maybe an old girlfriend is upset with you. Maybe someone doesn't like your books." "But the man with the white hair in Whistler," Liam insisted. "The girl, Megan Hayes, she called me Mr. Hollywood in front of him. He must have heard her." "We all want answers, Mr. O'Connell," the policeman said, standing up, "but we don't always get them." Liam left the station feeling angry and scared. How did the man with the white hair find me in Vancouver? Is he following me right now? Chapter 4. The Man with White Hair. Liam pulled up to his hotel, carefully scanning the area before getting out. Seeing no one suspicious, he hurried inside and went to the front desk. "I'm looking for a man staying here," he said to the clerk. "He's tall, thin, about 60, with very short white hair." The woman seemed uninterested. "We have a lot of guests. Do you have a name?" "No," I admitted. "It's very important I find him. Can you please help me?" "There are 350 rooms here," she said flatly. "I can't possibly remember every guest." She turned to answer a ringing phone. Defeated, Liam went to the hotel bar for a drink. As he sat there, his mind racing, he remembered the letter in Megan's bag. On Friday at the Grand Pacific Hotel, Victoria. Tomorrow was Friday. I'm going to Victoria, he decided. Later that evening, as he was leaving the hotel restaurant, he saw him. The man with the white hair was standing at the front desk. Liam moved quickly, pushing past other guests, but a small boy ran in front of him, and they both tumbled to the floor. "I'm so sorry," Liam said, helping the crying boy to his feet. By the time he looked back at the desk, the man was gone. He rushed to the clerk he'd spoken to earlier. "That man, the one with the short white hair, where did he go?" "Mr. Peterson?" she said. "I don't know." "Peterson, is that his name?" Liam pressed. "What's his room number?" "I'm sorry, I can't give you that information," she replied, turning away. Liam went up to his room, his mind reeling. Peterson? Does Megan Hayes know a Mr. Peterson? I need answers, and I need them now. Chapter 5. Vancouver Island. The next morning, Liam drove south to the Tawasin ferry terminal. The road was busy, and every few minutes he checked his rearview mirror, wondering if Peterson was in one of the cars behind him. On the ferry, he walked the decks, searching the crowds for a tall, thin man with white hair, but saw no one who matched the description. The 90-minute journey to Swartz Bay on Vancouver Island was uneventful, and he started to relax. Once on the island, he drove the 20 miles south to Victoria. He soon noticed a red car that seemed to be keeping a steady distance behind him. Was that the same car I saw on the way to the ferry, he wondered. He slowed down, but the red car remained a few hundred yards back. As he entered the busy streets of Victoria, he lost sight of it. He found the Grand Pacific Hotel, a beautiful historic building, and went to the front desk. "I'm here to meet a friend, a Miss Hayes," he told the young man at the counter. "Hayes?" the man said, checking his records. "I'm sorry, there's no Miss Hayes registered here." Liam pulled out the magazine photo of Megan and her father. "This is her." "Oh, right, Harrison Hayes' daughter," the man said. "She's not a guest, but I saw her about 15 minutes ago. She was with a man. She asked for directions to the tea room." Meanwhile, Mr. Peterson, tired and on edge, had lost the blue car in Victoria's traffic. He drove frantically past the city's grand hotels until he spotted it, parked outside the Grand Pacific. He left his own car and ran back, peering into the large downstairs windows of the hotel's tea room. And then he saw her, Megan. She was with a man whose back was to the window. "Mr. Hollywood," Peterson muttered, a grim smile on his face. "Goodbye, Mr. Hollywood." He walked toward the hotel entrance, his hand reaching into his pocket for the cold, hard steel of the gun. Chapter 6. A tea party. Liam found the tea room and saw Megan Hayes at a table with a man. The man was handsome, tanned, and dressed in all white. He said something that made Megan laugh, and she looked blissfully happy. Liam walked over to their table. "Hello, mystery girl," he said. "Remember me? We met in Whistler. Your name was Jenna then, but I suppose it's Megan Hayes today." Megan's face turned bright red. "Oh, Liam!" "Who is this, Megan?" the man asked. "This is Liam," she said. "He's a writer. Liam, this is Cody Williams." "Sometimes called Mr. Hollywood?" Liam asked, looking at Cody. "Maybe," Cody said. "How did you know that?" "I guessed," Liam said, "and I'm starting to understand. Let me ask you something, Mr. Williams. Is someone trying to kill you?" Cody's face paled. "What are you talking about?" Megan demanded. "Before I explain," Liam said to her, "you called me Mr. Hollywood in Whistler because you wanted the man at the next table, the man with the white hair, to hear you, right? You wanted him to follow me instead of you." Megan hesitated, then quietly admitted, "Yes." "Why?" "I think he's a detective working for my father," she explained, placing a hand on Cody's arm. "My father disapproves of Cody. He thinks this man is trying to find Cody to stop us from being together." "Stop you," Liam said, "or kill him?" "The man with the white hair pushed me in front of a car in Vancouver, and he shot at me in Stanley Park." "What?" Megan gasped. "Tell me about this man with the white hair," Cody said suddenly. "He's about 60, tall and thin," Liam replied. "His name is Peterson." At the name, Cody looked physically ill. "Did he follow you here?" "I don't know," Liam said, watching him. "You're afraid of him. Why does he want to kill you?" Before Cody could answer, Megan's face went white with terror. "Oh no," she whispered. "Look, by the door." At the entrance to the tea room stood Mr. Peterson. He scanned the room, his eyes landed on their table, and he started walking toward them, his hand in his pocket. For a moment, they were all frozen. Then Cody Williams leaped to his feet. "That's Mr. Hollywood," he screamed, pointing directly at Liam. "That man right there." Peterson's hand came out of his pocket, holding a gun. "This is for Anna," he yelled. Liam reacted instantly, shoving the table over and diving to the floor. A shot rang out, flying over his head. Megan screamed. At the same time, Cody cried out, clutching his arm where blood was already seeping through his white shirt. Pandemonium erupted as two waiters tackled Peterson and wrestled the gun away from him. "Somebody call the police," a voice shouted. Chapter 7. At the Police Station. That evening, Liam and Megan were in a room at the Victoria Police Station. Peterson was being questioned in another room, and Cody Williams was at the hospital. A detective entered with 2 cups of coffee. "Is Cody going to be all right?" Megan asked anxiously. "He'll be okay," Detective Edmonds assured her. "I need you to wait. Detective Keat is on his way from the airport." Just then, another detective entered, followed by a tall, dark-haired man. "Daddy," Megan cried, jumping up. "What are you doing here?" "The police called me," Harrison Hayes said, taking her hands and gently guiding her back to her seat. "Meg, I need you to listen. Last week, Johnny Peterson came to see me. He wanted to talk about his daughter, Anna. You remember Anna?" Meg nodded slowly. 3 months ago, she took her own life. She was young, beautiful, and rich, but she didn't want to live. Because a man she loved took her money and abandoned her. "The man's name?" "No," Megan whispered. "No." "Yes, Meg," her father said sadly. "He called himself Mr. Hollywood." "That's right, Miss Hayes," Detective Keat said quietly. "To you, he was Cody Williams. When Anna Peterson knew him, he was Carl Windsor. He took almost $50,000 from Anna." "No, it's not true," Megan sobbed. "It is true," her father insisted. "Cody, or whatever his name is, makes his living by conning the daughters of wealthy men. Johnny Peterson loved his daughter. He found her letters and learned about the money. And the name Mr. Hollywood. When he came to me, I told him my own daughter had a new boyfriend she called Mr. Hollywood. I told him I couldn't stop you from meeting him.
Johnny told me not to worry, that he would find this man and stop him. Megan was silent, her face ashen. Peterson told us everything, Detective Edmund said. He followed you to Whistler and saw you with me, Liam finished, finally understanding. And Megan called me Mr. Hollywood. Harrison Hayes finally looked at Liam. You're the travel writer, O'Connell. Peterson nearly killed me, Liam said. Hayes turned his attention back to his daughter. How much money did you give him, Meg? $25,000, she whispered, tears streaming down her face. He said it was just for a few months. Well, you can say goodbye to that money, her father said sharply. What will happen to Peterson? Liam asked. He'll likely go to a psychiatric hospital, Edmonds replied. He's not a well man. As they got up to leave, Megan turned to Liam. I'm so sorry, she said. I got you into all this. It was wrong to use you, but I didn't know. It's okay, Liam said. You know the truth now. Better to learn it now than $50,000 later. Chapter 8. A Nice Smile. Liam took the evening ferry back to Vancouver. Tired and hungry, he went to the ship's restaurant. It was crowded, with only one empty seat at a small table. He sat down and tried to think about getting back to work, about forgetting millionaires' daughters and men with guns. Excuse me, a voice said. May I sit here? Liam looked up immediately. It's okay, he said. You can have the table. I'm finished. He started to walk away. Please don't go, she said. Stay and finish your dinner. She gave him a lovely, warm smile. It was a nice smile, but Liam had learned his lesson about nice smiles. I'm not hungry, he said, and walked quickly out of the restaurant.